Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth with t0inky TV, and I'm here to do a recap of Sly and Single Again, episode number 12. So we're going towards the home stretch of this Korean drama. There's just 4 more episodes after, well actually, yeah, about 4 more episodes after this one. It's a 16 episode drama, and our lead characters, Jung-woo and Eda, they are really getting a lot closer together. It's just been really good to see because, you know, Eda just had such a horrible time supporting Jung-woo during their marriage. I mean, she did 15 jobs, she got burnt, she was like chased out of company businesses, and the most tragic part was she lost their baby. And you know, Jung-woo was so like caught up in his own business and like trying to get it up and running that he didn't even realize that she lost the baby, and that was kind of the final straw that broke the camel's back. And so that happened, and so this episode it started off kind of a little bit weird because they did a little kind of imagination scenario thing. Seung-hyun was talking about how about this little scene about the 7th princess, and so in the K-drama, they took Naida as the 7th princess, which is the youngest daughter of this Arab king, and then the wife, who is kind of like trapped in this marriage, is President Gook's real wife, which is Seung-hyun's mother. And so it was basically kind of showing Jung-woo as like the sinister prince that comes into town wanting to have this immense fortune, and the daughter that's going to inherit it all. And so the story, long story short, whoever had the longest hair got to have the kingdom. And Naida in this kind of dream sequence was the favored daughter of Seung-hyun's mom in this fairy tale story. And but she gets to live happily ever after because the mom cuts the hair, pretty much gains her freedom, and then she goes off with the servant boy in this little kind of fantasy scene, who is Seung-hyun. They live happily ever after, and then maybe Jung-woo gets one of the many sisters with the super long hair. And this kind of parallels Seung-hyun's family's life, which is where President Gook, who is this incredibly wealthy man, and he keeps his wife and family hostage because he's too afraid to lose them. So he kind of just suffocates them and keeps them very close to him, and it's really not a good thing because the mom is living in Paris right now. She kind of ran away from home. The daughter is traumatized from him smothering her. She lost a husband, she lost a leg. Seung-hyun is kind of a little bit more like, I guess, able to deal with everything going on with the dad, but he's more of a clown. He kind of has this like really playful attitude, but he's kind of like not happy as well. He even tells Naida that he wishes his family was more like hers, where they're, you know, have real feelings, they fight it out, and then they, you know, they're happy afterwards. So that was kind of sad. So Yeojun's dad asked Jung-woo to come over to talk to him, and in the process, Yeojun, you know, kind of intercepts, and she's like, I don't want you to force Jung-woo to be with me. But basically, President Gook and Yeojun kind of had the same goal in mind, which is to take Jung-woo at any cost. So President Gook is basically strong-arming him, blackmailing him that he's going to pull the funds to his company if he doesn't marry the daughter. And Yeojun is kind of playing that antagonistic second female lead that really is holding on to the guy, even though he doesn't really want her. And so it's just not a good scene. And that's kind of the whole, I mean, Yeojun was kind of cool at the beginning, but she's just dramatically fallen from that cool status to like, ugh, I don't really like her anymore because she's being desperate and needy. So then we cut to a scene where it's at the family restaurant, now not Naida's family restaurant. It's almost like a exam village reunion lunch. And so at this time, people are, you know, kind of just talking to Naida, saying, oh, you know, you used to be the princess of the group, and, you know, Jung-woo was like the exam king, and then, so it was kind of like reminiscing, and it wasn't like a great feeling for Naida because she had to like tell people, well, I'm divorced now, that's why I don't have a kid. And this one guy was just such a jerk. He was like basically demanding that Nada like pay attention to him because she's like this fallen woman because she's divorced, and he's being a real jerk about it, and Jungwoo actually steps in and almost punches him, but Nada's like, you know, stop. And she's like, you know, you can't keep stepping in like this because this happens all the time. Whether she's single or divorced, there's always going to be a jerk around, but this guy was being a jerk for her being divorced, which is really uncool. And so Jungwoo's like asked to leave, and then on the way out, Sang-wook comes in, and it's not a good scene for Jungwoo because Seunghyun is coming in, and he's like, yeah, Nada's staying at my place, and Jungwoo's even more sad, and he gets so sad that he goes back home, he gets into the elevator, he's having problems with his, like feeling pain with ulcers, and he's having like, can't even remember to push the button, so he's really kind of falling apart. And yeah, so I think that it's just really kind of not a Jungwoo moment for this episode. Yeah, and then Yeojin asks Nada out for dinner later on, and she's basically just continuing on with the antagonistic second female lead role, and she's telling Nada, you know, please let go of Jungwoo. It's not going to end well if you keep holding on to him. He's just with you out of guilt and pity, which is kind of ironic because it's more like she's playing the guilt and pity card instead. So yeah, that was just a really icky interaction between Yeojin and Nada. So then we cut to another scene where Nada is going to another company because she's kind of tired of Don't Talk, which is Jungwoo's company, kind of tired of him, tired of Yeojin, tired of pretty much everything that's going on there. And Jungwoo is like, you know, trying to get to Nada. He's like running across the street, almost gets hit by the car. Nada's like, what are you doing? I can't believe, you know, relax, just chill. And then Jungwoo declares that he has feelings for Nada, and then he goes in for the big kiss. And that's where we leave off with episode 12. And so for me, you know, the four main characters in this one, Jungwoo really goes through a lot in this episode, kind of figuring out that he really does love Nada. Yeojin, she's just so kind of helpless, pitiful, and she just really is playing up that not cool antagonistic second female lead, which I really don't like. She kind of fell off of the pedestal where I kind of liked her, and now she's like, ugh. And then Seunghyun, you know, there's really no dramatic feeling that I have for him. You know, he's cute, he's fun, he's hot, but there's nothing like where he's doing anything that terrible, either to Jungwoo or Nada. But then he's not like winning me over with his compelling story either. And I think Nada, you know, for the most part, she's just like trying to get by, trying to do, you know, live her life, and just, she's got all these people, a barrage of emotions around her where they're just kind of like bothering her. So anyways, hopefully you like this recap, and let me know what your thoughts are on Sly and Single again, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!